Hanover Square Press and Harper Audio present The Way of the Hermit, My Incredible 40 Years Living in the Wilderness by Ken Smith with Will Millard. Read by Dean Williamson.
Prologue. The Hermit Within. Daylight is a fickle friend. In the middle of summer it stretches itself across this land and casts its illusion of an everlasting grace. At its height, you can easily kid yourself into thinking it'll go on like that forever, bathing your back in its warmth and illuminating the loch as you chop your wood. Daylight is a good friend when it wants to be, but hardly what I would call a reliable one. It's chopping the wood that underpins the truth of your life in the far reaches of the Highlands. The log pile is your ballast when the daylight is at its longest, and building up your supply of wood serves as a daily reminder that daylight is only a fleeting flight of fancy. It'll be getting the rounds in at the bar all summer long when it wants to, but as soon as that first autumnal storm arrives, off daylight will scurry, right through the back door without paying its tab or even saying goodbye. Put your faith in chopping wood. Build up the pile and the calluses on your palms, and always remember, from the moment you first swing your axe in early spring, you're already racing to get your pile in sound order before winter throttles the daylight back out of these moors. Yep, put your faith in wood, not daylight. Wood is your true friend, for wood provides light and warmth whenever you ask it to. Even now in May, as the daylight creeps forward and begs for your forgiveness after another long winter of its absence, I'll continue leaning on the wood for its favours. There is still a bitter chill in the air when the sun sinks behind the mountains, and I'll need a fair few logs to weather through the evenings up here. We've definitely broken the back of the worst of it, though. This winter was rough, underpinned by great storms and torrential rains, but we've endured it all once again. The cabin and its creatures are edging back out of the shadows. The hermit lives to fight on. I balance a fresh log atop the burning embers of the one that's fading away in the flames below. I like to stack my wood in the log burner in a small grid shape, and then watch the livid sparks get sucked right up the chimney. I get through 4 sacks on an evening like this, but it's all right. The wood pile is full to the brim and within my arm's reach. Fire shadows dance along the length of the log cabin's timbers, and my door is closed firm to the world. I shan't need to risk the night for anything other than a pee and a clean of my teeth. That's good news for you. I've got quite the story to tell, and it's going to take me all summer to get it out right. Nothing good ever comes in a rush, though. Everything starts and ends much later in the high north of Scotland, and is all the better for it. Same for this hermit's tale. Time for a drink, then. Homebrew beer or birch sap wine? A shrew scuttles across my gravel floor. An insectivorous mammal, but, in reality, she's far more interested in my Jaffa cakes than the spiders twitching their legs deep in the timber gaps. She tastes the air with her pointy nose. That long conch is of far more use for finding them soft orange dark chocolate buggers than her tiny coal-black eyes. She can smell one now, over on my desk. No bigger than half my thumb, off she scurries across all my papers, photo albums and books, piled up high on the worktop. Collective memories of a life very well lived. That tiny shrew won't live beyond a year, but it can cross decades of my life to a Jaffa cake in a matter of seconds. It can have that cake and eat it. Shrews are a tolerable nuisance. That is, till they cross the line and wade into the box marked greedy buggers. Still, no matter what it does, a shrew is a minor problem next to the bleeding pine marten.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?